Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In this episode we are going to be speaking about how you can get names in mediumship. A lot of you have probably found this video because you are struggling with getting the names. By the end of this video, not only are you going to know how to get the names, but you are going to have a complete different change in the understanding, which is currently preventing you from being able to get the finer details in mediumship readings. My name's Jordan Coburn and I'm a psychic medium. I have many educational videos on this channel to help and guide each and every one of you along your divine spiritual path. If you are new to the channel, welcome, and to all of the long-term viewers, welcome back. My message is simple. It is to help, heal, and serve. Each and every one of you who watch these videos, I'd like to say a big massive thank you to everyone who subscribes to the channel and who just is there for the message. I have noticed that a lot of you are putting help, heal, serve into the comments box, and it does make a massive difference to my message. It helps it to grow. It helps it to get that organic reach, which, thanks to the World Wide Web, it is already doing so. Firstly, before going into this video, stop a second. And I mean you no offense by what I'm about to say, but when you can't get names, you are the problem in this. And it's important and imperative that you understand this from the very beginning of your development. The spirit world, the way that you communicate with them, it works. It is perfect. It's probably the closest thing to perfect on this planet. The problem is you as an individual, through the conditioning of mankind and some of the practices and dilutions that you've welcomed into your teachings, it creates barriers. And this is what I'm here to do, to smash them down. So at some points along this video, you're probably going to get triggered by something that I say, and accept. You don't have to listen, you don't have to do anything with it, but just accept for this video that the spirit world have led you to this video for a reason. Each and every one of you have been conditioned by mankind to say that it's acceptable to not get names. The spirit world don't give me names. It just doesn't work like that for me, Jordan. I hear you saying. Stop that. Mankind have went into this sort of darkened pit of despair where it's socially accepted now for a medium or a practice medium to accept that they can't get names. And I'm sorry, it doesn't work like that, ladies and gentlemen. If you're somebody who's practicing mediumship like this, understand when I say this to you, each and every one of you are a medium, and I don't want to take it away from you. You are working with the spirit world, great. But do not tell yourself that you can't get the names. You are the problem in this scenario. It is the understanding that you have at the forefront of your mind, the denial and inability to accept your humanistic abilities. If you tell yourself you can't get the names, then of course you can't get the bloody names. You are the one who's projecting that into your mediumship. So let's calm down. Each and every one of you, remember, I'm not having a go at you by this, but I need you to understand that as long as you accept mankind's notions and theories that there can be spirits who don't give you names, there's nothing I can do for you. There's absolutely zero any medium who is exceptionally good at bringing forward evidence. And that's just not myself. There's many other people who are very good at bringing forward evidence. And one of the things you'll say is they get names, they get locations, they get pivotal points of that. And why wouldn't they? Ask yourself the question, why is it that the spirit world wouldn't give you a name but give you everything else? It's not the spirit world that is at fault here in this scenario. You have either acknowledged that there is a problem, but are failing to accept that there's a problem because you have been taught by mankind, well, it's all right, it just happens to some people. I'm here to stop that notion dead in its tracks. If you want to be a medium, you have to accept the mediumship as a whole. You can't just have little pieces of mediumship and be a medium. Mediumship is about refining you, not as a soul on a soul level or on a spiritual level for that matter. It is about refining you as a person. It is about getting you into a position where you can articulate and work on behalf of the spirit world each and every second of every day. By doing that, You will give evidence, you will give names, you will give dates, you will give significant times from the afterlife to pass over during a mediumship reading. So to any one of you who've been offended by what I've said there because you're a medium and you don't get names, tough. I really couldn't care less about your feelings. I'm here to put things right. The problem that we have in this day and age is everyone has been conditioned to believe that it is acceptable to give subpar readings, to just have, oh, well, the spirit world don't give me that. No, you haven't asked the questions. You haven't asked the spirit world to give you that information. Clearly, because if you did, of course the spirit world are going to give you. Do you think the spirit world are going to have their loved one in front of you and they're just not going to, they're going to withhold information from you because you as a person, they just don't like you? Of course they're not. Don't be so silly. And to any one of you who have been remotely offended by this video, I knew it was going to be quite a controversial one because there's a lot of people out there who claim that they're a medium and they won't bring forward evidence because they say they can't get the names. Listen, I don't care about that. I know a lot of people who are exceptional mediums. Exceptional. But in some instances, they won't get a name. Now, does that mean that they're a bad medium? No, it means they're a human being. The problem that I have is when individuals say that the spirit world don't give you names. They bloody well do give you the names, but you don't speak those names. You don't have it within your abilities to articulate that because you haven't got the confidence. You don't put your trust in spirit. If you don't put your trust in spirit, then how can you expect to get the names? What can we do to put this little bit of mess right? The first thing that we need to do is to acknowledge and understand, if you are a practicing medium or if you are somebody coming into mediumship, how we can avoid this. It's very simple how we avoid it. In the first instance, we gain an understanding that serves us. This understanding has to forge the groundwork, the building blocks to your entire ethos when it comes to mediumship. If one medium can do something, mark my words, each and every one of you watching can do it. If I can do a mediumship reading and I can get the names, if I can get the evidence, then yous can. And I won't accept any other answer. If you're somebody out there who says, well, you know, because my chakras aren't aligned like yours, Jordan, listen, wrong channel for you. Just literally remove yourself because I'm not tolerating that nonsense no more. There is a lot of people on this earth plane who are already practicing mediums, but a lot of the time they give themselves that little bit of a get out clause. Either through their own confidence or lack of issues, they will give themselves a little bit of a disclaimer where they don't have to fully appreciate that they're working with the spirit world. For example, a medium who says that the spirit world won't give them names. To me, that shows that that medium isn't connected in those moments. It's that simple. And each and every one of you have to come away from this notion that the spirit world won't give you names. We can do that, again, by the understanding. Understand this, to each and every one of you practicing mediums out there, if you are wanting to become a medium, if you are wanting to come along on this journey, of course it's going to be difficult. We're talking about speaking to bloody dead people. It isn't simple. You know, it is not simple. But when something doesn't happen your way or something doesn't happen which you think should happen, don't just say it doesn't work for you. That's just throwing in the towel. That's just throwing it in rather than putting more effort and hard work into thinking, well, hang on a minute. Why aren't I getting the names? This is what you should all be thinking. Why aren't I getting the names? Not I can't get the names, because there is a complete difference in the tone of the speech. Why can't you get the names? It's very simple why you can't get the names. And I'm going to give you an example for it. But it's, in a nutshell, it's because you're not asking the questions. A lot of you will go looking for the spirit world. And metaphorically speaking, you're going to go to the spirit world and you are going to be sitting in front of a spirit and you're going to be sitting still. You're not going to be seeing a thing. And this is what a lot of people do when they go to the spirit world. They don't realize as a medium, you have to ask questions. If you're not asking questions, I'm going to give you a prime example. If you went to work tomorrow or you went to one of your friends' houses tomorrow and you just simply sat in the room and didn't look at you just didn't say nothing to them, you didn't engage in conversation, not only is that going to be very awkward, but it's a waste of both of your times. So why do you think it's acceptable to do that with spirit's time? Why is it that you feel like you as a person can go into a mediumship reading and ask no questions? This is the problem that you all have. It's not because you can't do it. It's because you won't do it. You aren't doing it. And whilst I fully appreciate that a lot of you haven't had this understanding and you've probably never looked at it in this way, there's one thing that you all need to acknowledge. Mankind's notions and theories are there telling you that it's acceptable for this to take place. And I'm telling you now, 100%, to anyone who teaches this as their core foundations, be very wary of. Because it is those people who are allowing you to forfeit your obligations as a psychic medium. If you don't want to become a psychic medium, then just don't do it. Don't try. I know I sound a little bit hard, right? And there's going to be a lot of you who are thinking, oh my God, John's so harsh on this. But you have to understand why this needs drilled into you at the very beginning of your development. You can't go through development thinking you can take shortcuts. Once you are a practicing medium and you can prove with evidence your connection, then you can kind of backtrack a bit and see if there's any quicker routes. There is quicker routes. But as a practicing medium or somebody who's coming into mediumship, you shouldn't be naturally looking for the shortcuts in the first instance. Believe me, my friends, it isn't going to serve you in any way, shape or form. In mankind's ideology that sometimes you just don't get the names. Yes, sometimes you won't get the names if you aren't connected. Listen, you are all human beings. We are all human beings. We can all have things about us. Maybe it's been a bad day. Maybe you've just not in the mood. Maybe it's something's gone wrong and you need to reconnect. That's not a problem. All you do is you take a deep breath, you work on your breaths, and then we are straight back into the reading. However, that's in an advanced level. We are talking about people coming into mediumship and people who are practicing mediums. So I wouldn't expect you to know that information. But for each and every one of you, when somebody tells you that, oh yeah, that's normal, you just don't get names. No, they don't get names. Oh, I get me words out. I get dead passionate about this topic. They don't get the names because their ego isn't allowing them to get the names. They haven't acknowledged that there's a problem in their mediumship. Well, it's like, what? I know I've had a little bit of a rant on this video, right? But you've got to understand where I'm coming from as an educator, as a highly attuned empath, as an evidential medium who can prove of the afterlife. It gets us so frustrated when I see people using cop-outs. Just saying things because they think because they can't do it, then no one can do it. And you don't have to look very far in mediumship to see people who actually do that and openly preach that. If you're going to a mediumship reading and you're paying somebody money, the least you can expect is a bloody name. Least you can expect. Come on. Like, why are you even paying for that sort of stuff? Like, in the coming years, mark my words when I say this, in the coming years, when my message of Help Heal Serve grows, you will see, each and every one of you will see the amount of people who start to come round to this way of thinking. And that's not because of me trying to be somebody special or trying to be Listen, I'm just a normal person. I'm just trying to steer you away from the misunderstandings. Literally, you just can take this on board, you just can leave it. I couldn't care less. I still come back each and every day to make content. I still work with the spirit world. I still prove I work with the spirit world. I still prove I work with the realms, which are very different to spirit for those of you who don't know. But each and every one of you need to know at the very beginning of your development, do not let this virus spread into your practices. This is a notion spread from lack of understanding in egotistical individuals. Do not welcome this into your teachings is the biggest point I would make to this video. If you are somebody who's going to be happy and content with just getting a little bit of information, but then you're missing other parts of the information's already there for you to pluck. It's literally already there. You're being lazy as a person. You are not asking for the information. You are not taking the information. Again, coming back to the analogy where we went to one of our friends' houses and there we just sat in complete silence and we just looked at each other. Don't waste your time. Don't waste, and more importantly, the spirit world's time. Because each and every one of you have the capabilities and skill sets within you to become great mediums. But what we need to do is steer you away from these misleading notions that are not just going to hinder your performance and abilities to perform and execute readings with clarity. They are going to destroy any credibility that you have as a person. Because you can't be a credible person if you can't bring forward evidence. It's like me claiming to be a mechanic and not being able to fix cars. On the vice versa, it's like me being a dentist, but not having a clue how to fix people's teeth. Can you see where I'm going with that? Can you see how funny and mad them analogies sound? But apply that to mediumship. You can't be a medium and not bring forward evidence of the afterlife. Can you see why I said that? And I know there's a lot of you thinking, actually, that's a very good point now. And there's probably a lot of you offended now. But again, I don't intentionally mean to offend people, but sometimes people need a wake-up call, because this has went on for so long, where it's been the normal meta within society. It's become socially accepted on all of these social media platforms and yada, 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 where people don't need to give evidence. People don't need to. It's become so generic and so universal that anyone can claim to be a medium, and they can just come on and they can say a few things that you think you want to hear. I could come on here now and do a little bit of a mini reading for you all. Oh, we're going to do a mini reading. First of all, I don't do that sort of crap, but this is what people will tell you. I can sense through your psyche that you've had a little bit of a difficult day, and I can see, oh yes, I can see that we've got some problems in the family. Oh, what are these problems? Have you lost somebody ever? Have you lost somebody ever? Oh, this is where the grief's coming from. You get what I'm saying? Listen, that crap's gone now. By the time I'm finished on this planet, each and every person will not only be wise to these practices, individuals who practice and teach that are going to be highlighted to the rest of society. And this is not just a change, this is my guarantee to each and every one of you. So if you are following the Help Heal Serve teachings, make sure at the very beginning of your development that you understand this fully, because I won't tolerate anybody at all who tells me they can't get a name. I'm not saying, and please understand this when I say it, because there's going to be a lot of you thinking, oh my God, he's horrible to work with. I'm not saying it in a nasty way, and I'm not saying that every time you do it, you're going to get a name. Until you have connected correctly, then there's going to be times you're going to connect and you're going to get nothing, because it's very simple. The connection isn't there. You don't know where you're getting information. But once you've connected, you should always have the information, my friend. And even if you make a mistake, then it's about how we rectify the mistake that puts everything right. Not this social cleansing that people have been going around with, saying that it's acceptable to just not give names, it's not acceptable not to give locations, dates, births, any credible evidence from the afterlife. In this day and age, believe it or not, right, in this day and age, it's accepted by the masses, which is the biggest problem for me. It's accepted by the masses that a mediumship reading is just something to make you feel good. I'm sorry, what on earth planet are you even living on? If you've ever had a mediumship reading from me, or even a tarot reading from me, you will see that there is nothing happy about them. They are life-changing. You are either going to be, getting spirit world giving you a little bit of a thumbs up, or you're going to be having the spirit world coming down your throat so bloody hard that you're going to be in tears. And to any one of you who've never had a mediumship reading or a tarot reading, and you think that I'm a horrible person for doing that, you have to understand I'm just a conduit. I deliver the message in any given way that the spirit world want me to deliver it in. Very simple, which each and every one of you should adopt that practice if you are wanting to become a medium who can connect instantly, who can deliver information whenever you need. Remember, a lot of mankind's notions and theories are built around ideologies and understandings and poor practices and dilutions within the mechanics of how mediumship works. So naturally, you are going to come across people who will tell you that you can't get names unless you do this. Or listen, it's very basic and simple. Once you know how to connect, you can get the names. If you are wanting to be somebody who's wanting to connect, how are you going to get the names? Very simple. We are going to go into, in the first instance, into a meditation. When you drop into a meditation, you are going to start asking for names from the spirit world. Now, I'm not talking about in a mediumship reading here. I am talking about you in development. Don't try and do this in a mediumship reading, or you are putting yourself under pressure. And a lot of you are going to say, well, how can you get names for people if you are listening for the names? So you are going to go into a meditation and you are going to ask the spirit world to tell you different names. As you hear a name, you are going to write that name down. This is the sync. This is how the spirit world will sync with you. They will say something. And when you say it, then guess what? Here presto, the spirit world know that you are listening. The spirit world are always there. They're always talking, they're omnipresent, like the air that we breathe. An abundance of scientific and proof of the energy realm. The problem in this analogy is coming back to the very beginning of this video. My friend, unfortunately, it is you. And we can get you to where you need to be. But you have to understand in the first instance that the spirit world aren't at fault here. The spirit world aren't retaining information from you. The spirit world are not giving you, giving you information. You as a medium are feeling to acknowledge the information that is being brought forward to your attention. How will the spirit world send you signs? It's going to come through an energy form. You are going to decipher and decode that information using your clear senses. You are going to get imagery. You are going to get sensations, thoughts, feelings, blah, 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 all of these different cool things. And this is how you are going to bring forward evidence. You are going to be able to use them senses to, give it to a client, give it to yourself, etc. This video has been a little bit of a longer video. I am going to start doing these videos a little bit longer because I had went through a little bit of a period where I was trying to make the videos shorter. But if I'm completely honest with you, I didn't feel happy with the way I was doing the videos. The shorter videos for me, I'm having to cram pack everything into it. And literally, you have seen me when I come channeling for spirit. I can't speed up the process. It's as simple as it is. This is how it goes. This is how it's going to be. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope there's not a lot of you who have offended. And if I have offended you, then maybe take a look at some of the things that I've said. I haven't said anything in malice. I've just pointed out some truths, some facts about how the spirit world operate and how you as an individual operate on a personal level. If you do want to learn more about this topic and you've enjoyed this video, check out the videos that are going to be pinned at the top left and right. And also stick around for some of the videos that we're going to have coming up on this channel, because we are also going to be doing a meditation video. There's also a meditation video already done on the live stream. So if you're somebody who's liked this video and you're interested in this sort of thing, go and check out the live stream that we done called the White Room Project. That is going to help you to unlock your clear senses, etc. etc. Anyway, I've enjoyed this one. I hope you have. Thank you everyone for dropping the likes, for putting help you'll serve in the comments of all of the videos. And until the next time, bye bye for now.